Hi, Oli.
Hey Tessy, how are you?
I am really wonderful. How are you and where are you?
I'm great, thank you. I'm in London at the moment, enjoying the lovely sunny weather.
Wonderful. Is it hot in London?
It's about 28 degrees today, so it's the hottest day of the year so far, and I'm absolutely boiling.
Oh, wow. That is really hot. I remember London when it was, yeah, no air conditioning and everything. It can get really,
I know we don't have air conditioning in this country, do we? It's crazy.
yes, for sure. So for the people who do not know Oli yet, Oli is a dear friend from London. He is a producer, he's an actor, he's a singer. He is just a global celebrity. You travel all over the place. And what I found really fascinating is that you're really well known as well in South Korea and in the US. But we have met each other only a few times, so I don't know you so well yet. So if you wouldn't mind, Oli, tell us a bit about you, your life, and what makes you special.
So I am absolutely obsessed and interested with the K-pop world, and I used to live in South Korea back in 2013, and I fell in love with the culture and the music. So since then, I've become Europe's first male K-pop solo artist, and I've been releasing kind of very cool pop songs, very fun, and now I'm moving into kind of more Korean hip hop songs. So I only started doing my music a couple of years ago, and I was just so in love with Korean culture, and I thought, I had so many happy memories of living in Korea, and I thought this is my way of giving back to Korean people. I want to help promote their culture, promote their music, promote their entertainment industry. So it really kind of stemmed from that, and now I've had a few top 10 hits on iTunes on the K-pop charts, and I've spent a lot of time in America working on TV shows, both producing and starring on shows. Like I've done a lot of shows. I've done Dr. Phil. I've done shows on E Channel, NBC. Done interviews in Australia, Germany, Korea, all over the world, and everything I do is to help promote the Korean entertainment industry.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. So, how did you get into that industry in the first place, other than just living in South Korea and liking it? But I assume, it is hard work to get into that industry. And how did you, or how were you able to promote yourself as a Western man in South Korea? I think it's incredible. How did it work out for you so well?
Well, I'm a very, very driven person, and I always believe, if you want something in life, anything is possible. You just have to put the work in. So, it was my absolute passion to make K-pop music, and nothing would stop me. I'm so driven. I will do whatever it takes to achieve my dreams. So, I've actually got my very good friend, is a top music producer in the UK, and he made. I didn't even ask him. He just made me a song one day and said, "This is your new single." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm not the best singer in the world. I can't dance. What do you mean this is my song?" He said, "This song is for you." And I heard the song and I was like, wow, that's got a very catchy chorus. It's got such a hook to it. And that was actually my debut single, Perfection, which has done very well. It got so far 1.6 million views on YouTube, and it's been featured on shows all over Korea, all over around the world, in America. And then that charted. That was my first song. It charted, I think it was in the top, I can't even remember. I think it was number 31 on the K-pop charts. And that was just my first single. And then since then, I've really kind of made more songs. I've really worked a lot with Korean artists, and I'm also doing a lot of, so I do celebrity publicist work as well. So I'm promoting a lot of new K-pop artists. I'm also now working with helping Korean artists get publicity in Europe and America and get them the exposure they need. But yeah, it really kind of came from just my drive to succeed. And, I had the right contacts. I had, contacts in the music industry in the UK and also in Korea. I made and established TV contacts there and pitched my music to them, pitched my shows to them, and got a lot of exposure there. So it really kind of just came from my kind of pure love of this, my pure drive.
Wow, that is incredible. And it really shows that when you have a dream, do not give up. Just be persistent and keep pushing forward, right?
Exactly. I always tell my fans and people that look up to me. I always say, whatever your dream in life, nothing is impossible. You know, if you put the energy out there into the universe and you say something's going to happen, as long as you put in the hard work and, you know, never give up, you can achieve anything. So if you want to be a scientist, you can do that. If you want to be a K-pop star, you can do that. Anything is possible, you know, with the human imagination.
How beautiful. I will make sure I share as well some of your links below the video on the YouTube
Thank
video here, so that people can explore all of your amazing art and your music, because music is art. So absolutely incredible. So now we are obviously in really tricky times kind of, and you can't travel because I assume you're not able to travel to South Korea at the moment. How has lockdown been for you?
Well, to be honest, I've actually used lockdown as an opportunity, even though it's incredibly sad and heartbreaking what's going on in the world. I've used the time in isolation and lockdown to be productive. So I've actually been working on launching my first streetwear brand, which is very much K-pop inspired. So I've been designing pieces, also launching merchandise on my website very soon, and also been using the time to do YouTube videos. Something very popular in Korea is a video called mukbang, which is basically people like to watch people eating food and talking about it. So
I heard about that. Is that really a thing?
It's, you know, it's such a popular genre on YouTube. People get millions of views, and all it is, you just eat, you know, I eat some Korean noodles, try some kimchi, which is the traditional Korean dish, talk about it, try something spicy, and people just love to watch that. So I've been eating lots of nice Korean food, but also filming it at the same time, editing the videos as well. And then I've also been in contact with a lot of Korean entertainment agencies and companies about getting them a lot of exposure in the UK, Europe, and the US. I've been doing so much. I've been editing a Korean K-pop magazine for the European market. I've been interviewing Korean celebrities for that, and just been really, really busy. And you know, I wouldn't normally have all this extra time to do these things, so I'm very much appreciative and kind of taking the opportunity, even though what's happening in the world is terrible. I've used this time kind of wisely.
Wow, that is incredible. So talking then about South Korean artists and art in general in Europe and in the US as well, how has it picked up here so far in your opinion?
Well, you had back in, it's around 2013, 2014, you had Gangnam Style, which everyone knows that song, everyone loves that song. And, you know, people don't understand the lyrics, but it doesn't matter. It's one of those songs that everyone dances to at a party. And that really kind of pushed the genre into people's subconscious and their minds. And then when you had the boy band BTS come along, they debuted in 2013, they really pushed the K-pop genre to completely new audiences. And now K-pop has become such an incredibly successful genre in Europe and the US. And BTS have had #1 singles and albums in the US. Other K-pop artists have also had very, very high chart success in America. And they've been on all the big talk shows like Ellen DeGeneres, Jimmy Kimmel, James Corden. And that's really thanks a lot to the Gangnam Style song, but also thanks to BTS. So it's really now a very popular genre. And you'll find in major cities, there are a lot of Korean club nights where you have, you know, thousands of people always fully booked dancing to K-pop music. And what's great is everyone knows all the dance moves. You know, K-pop is almost like a cult. So when you're a fan of a particular musician, people get obsessed. So they learn all the dance moves, they learn all the singing, they buy the merchandise. So it's really like a cult. So but it's such a nice thing because it brings so many people together, and people don't necessarily understand the language, necessarily the lyrics, but it's that whole package. It's the look of K-pop, it's the sound, it's the choreography. It's such an incredible package, and it brings so many people together and just encourages a lot of young people to you know, to be positive, but also helps them make new friends with other K-pop fans.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, there's something called sports diplomacy, for example. So maybe there will be also one on K-pop as well eventually. For sure. I need to look it up a little bit more. I'm so new in K-pop. I have seen it, and I've seen some of your videos as well. But I need to definitely look more into that because it sounds amazing. So another thing as well, so you mentioned that you were producing shows as well in the US with Dr. Phil, which is one I saw. So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a bit about your shows then. What you do in the shows, what was it about, and why in the US and not in the UK?
So I've done a lot of shows around the world. You know, I've done lots in the UK on Barcroft TV and Truly. Have 8 million subscribers, so it's a very big platform. But for me, I just love America. You know, I love American people. I find them so friendly, so fun, so welcoming. I just find America exciting. It's like when you go to America, it's just like being in a movie, especially in Hollywood. And I've always loved that kind of magic. So for me, the American market is great for me. I absolutely love being there. And also, K-pop is a lot bigger in America than it is in Europe. So there's such a huge audience for K-pop in America. You know, the K-pop artists always have sold out concerts in the biggest venues like the Staples Center in LA. They're always on talk shows. So that's really why I kind of push towards America, because there's such a big market for K-pop. But yeah, so back in January, I appeared on Dr. Phil, which is the most watched daytime show in America, and basically went on the show just to talk about my obsession and love of K-pop and how it's really changed my life, and just to get some general advice from Dr. Phil. And I've also been on other shows on NBC. I was on the Today Show. I was on E-Botched. Again, just about my K-pop love. So a lot of people find it interesting that, you know, just a British guy, but I've changed my whole image, my look, to have the K-pop look, just because it's something that I absolutely adore and love. So yeah, for me, I just find America, it's just so glamorous. It's just such a big market, and I think yeah, the shows out there are amazing. But I've been working during lockdown on producing some shows. I've been filming for some American shows. I've got, yeah, kind of a lot of shows going on. I'm also working on shows for Korean artists to help get them exposure in America and Europe. And just doing a lot of things, and all to do with K-pop and Korean culture. And yeah, I even did a film in France recently. Actually, I did an art film which is Korean French, basically promoting a traditional Korean story and a kind of folklore story. So I've been doing that just to promote kind of traditional Korean culture. So kind of been all over the place.
Wow, that is so exciting. And I think with your entrepreneurial spirit, even when you're doing now these videos, as well as you say, when you're eating, which I heard about it and I find it fascinating because someone talked to me about it. Maybe even then you will come out with a new brand of some South Korean delicious things to eat for the UK, because I do love kimchi really very much. And
Kimchi's a very quiet place, but it's nice.
It is absolutely fantastic. So then talking about, so a lot of things were also pre-Corona, during Corona. So what's after Corona now? How do you think your life, your industry has been affected by Corona, and how have you adapted to it? So for the future, moving on to it, and what will be next other than your famous, well, obviously the clothes line you just mentioned. What else is in the agenda for you?
Well, I mean, obviously, Corona has really affected all kind of industries, particularly small businesses, which is very, very sad. But the K-pop industry, you've had obviously all the concerts have been cancelled internationally. But interestingly, Asia has got a very good kind of control of the virus, and people are pretty much living normal lives. So if you go to Korea now, there's no lockdown. A lot of people are wearing masks as a precaution, but there's a lot of airport testing. There's mandatory quarantine for anyone that arrives in the country. There's so much testing. They have drive-through testing, and Asia's really a leader in this. And you know, the rest of the world should be kind of taking them as an example about how to kind of get rid of the virus, because you know, even in Singapore, they've done such an incredible job. The cases are so low. So yeah, Korea is still, everything's going on. They're still doing performances and stuff. Obviously, big venues and concerts, they're not having as many people, but you still have clubs where, you know, K-pop performers are going and performing. So the K-pop industry has only really been affected with the international concerts, but they're still adapting to it. So you have BTS, who have actually created an online live concert series. So they've actually been streaming live concerts onto YouTube. So all the fans that aren't able to see their concerts are able to watch it on YouTube, which is a very clever idea. But I think after Corona, of course, the rest of the world, like Europe and America, it's going to take a while to recover. It could be, you know, people are saying till 2021. There's going to be a lot of things and social distancing, but Korea and K-pop will continue. You know, it's such a strong force, it's an international force, and it will totally continue. And once kind of things get better in the world, I'm also going to move to Korea and then focus on doing a lot of Korean TV shows out there, working with K-pop artists to get them that huge international exposure they need, which is what counts as the majority of their record sales, is the international fans, particularly South America, the US, and Europe. So I will be out in Korea promoting them, but also learning more Korean, eating lots of nice food as well, and working on my K-pop songs.
Wow, that's so exciting. I need to come and visit you. I have never been in South Korea.
You have to come. You'll never leave, Tessy. Honestly, it's such a beautiful country, and the people are so welcoming, and you'll feel so at home.
Oh, thank you. Well, I will definitely come, and Gavin and Noah as well, because they love traveling with me. And Asia is on our list. So we will be coming. Once you're settled, you let us know, and we will be in the first plane to come and see you.
I'll give you the grand tour. And there's a very special place in Korea called Jeju Island, which is considered the Hawaii of Korea. And that has got a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's got a few actually. It's got mountains, it's got ancient statues, it's got beautiful beaches, and it's very much unspoilt. You know, not many people know about it. So that's definitely somewhere that should be on your bucket list of places to visit.
Oh, with pleasure. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. Our time has already run out. So, but I won't leave you yet. One last short question. So, you know, during lockdown, we have learned so many things. You know, we have been inspired by so many people. We have seen new things. We have let go of old things. What is something you want to share with our listeners, our viewers right now? It can be an anecdote, it can be a memory, it can be an inspiration, whatever you want. It can be a song, a short lyrics of a song, whatever you like. What would you like to share with everyone today as a gift?
I just want to say, you know, lockdown has really made people stop and think about promoting kindness with others, you know, and I think the one positive about the lockdown and coronavirus is it's brought a lot of communities together. So I think this is something that, you know, everyone should keep, this lovely community spirit, that everyone coming together for a common cause. After all, we're all humans, you know, we should always help each other and be kind. So I think that's really the greatest learning lesson from the lockdown is, you know, exercise kindness, you know, speak more. You know, there's so many people, as you know, in London, people don't speak to each other, but it's so nice now seeing, you know, neighbours speaking to each other, helping each other out, particularly this incredible Captain Tom Moore, this 100-year-old man, okay, that walks 100
fundraiser, the captain, the military, he is incredible, such an inspiration. Wow, he's becoming a knighthood. He has a knighthood as well now.
No, I know. So I think that's really the greatest lesson we learn from this is to show kindness to others and, you know, and appreciate the small things in life, you know, family, friends, our work, just appreciate things more. I think it's definitely been a great learning lesson.
Absolutely. Wow. Beautiful words to finish our Zoom o'clock. Thank you so much, Oli, for your time and for your openness, and well done on everything you have done. I will definitely check out everything a little bit more in detail now. This sounds fantastic. And I see you the latest in London or South Korea, depending on when that will be.
Yes, definitely. Well, I'll definitely give you a tour of Korea.
Thank you so much. Take care.